the Detroit Dust guy?
Yeah.
We should be live anytime. Yep. Got it.
Call me eat my Snicker bar. Oh, that ain't Snicker. That's a Crunch bar. Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, let us know how we sound.
Yeah, all this is new, so we kind of
Winging it.
Yeah.
We got a new PC. It's a mini PC. It's supposed to be easier to live stream and carry around and do all that jive. So, trying to get this thing a little better each and every time for you guys. Anyway, we live.
Yes.
We are live. What up, guys? This is Tech Talk with Coach Jimmy. I got my boy Nate.
What's up, guys?
Nate here has worked his ass off all day long trying to get this thing to set up to where we have a cool little overlays and the PC's working. We literally built a mini PC and downloaded drivers, and we got a new routing table. The only thing we haven't done today for the stream, the way it's gonna be for the next couple of months until we upgrade again to our little mobile unit, is we didn't hook up the Elgato Stream Deck. It's plugged in. We just didn't download it and do all the scenes and all that different stuff there. So, still a lot of work though.
Oh yeah, what time? What time was we installing drivers last night?
It was like 2 a.m.
Like 2 a.m.
Then we was up here at 10 building brackets. Guys, check that out. We're innovators. That's a piece of acrylic.
Chasing excellence is what we are doing this entire day.
But this is a VESA mount from our mini PC.
Mm-hmm.
We handcrafted this joker. So we can just mount the mini PC on the back of a PC, on the back of a monitor.
Tell them why we aren't using the one that's in you.
Oh yeah, this one is not being used. We had an accident. I was drilling with it's like a tile bit. It's a diamond tip tile bit. And it caught this thing and slung it across earth. Cut my finger. Plastic went everywhere. Whatever this is, acrylic, it went everywhere. It's pretty rough. But this worked perfect as a template. So the second one worked out perfectly. But I'm proud of this. Like,
yeah, man.
They sent their stupid little mount for the PC.
Yeah.
And it was straight garbage. It stuck that tall over the PC. Like, it went behind the cords. Mine mounts directly to the back of the PC. So, we're innovators. And the finished product looks a lot better than this one because we cleaned up the edges and shined them up with a torch.
Mm-hmm.
We did all that.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, guys, our PC is small. It's slick. It's going to be a lot easier for us to do Strange Matter invitationals at other schools. And that's something that I really want to do, is I want to get other schools involved and just be able to bring our setup in a small, compact design and just set it up at a table in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and be ready to live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Gone are the days of 3 or 4 hour setups like we've been doing.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, we got it down to about, right now we probably got it down to about an hour.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of September, all I'm gonna do is take that drive out and put it in that mobile unit that I build, and we will literally be able to plug up the Ethernet power, set up some mics, and be done.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
And a lot of people don't know exactly what goes into the back of that. You know, the backside of what's going on. Yeah, I've set up hours and hours before at some location at some venue somewhere and trying to get everything going. So we are excited about it. I don't know if everybody else will be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much other people are going to appreciate our hard work, but I am going to be grateful. It's going to save hours off my life, and it's going to be easier for us to go to these other places and set up.
Yeah.
Like when Steven does his Mid-South Classic, when Jay does his
South Georgia submissions.
When he does those things, it's going to be hell easy. So anyway, guys, we bragged on our equipment a little bit. I wanted to tell you, I wanted you guys to hear this. My boy Nate went on vacation.
Oh, no.
And he had an amazing time at the Virgin Islands. I want to tell you guys, I want him to tell us about his time at the Virgin Islands, because it is funny. And it's not funny because it happened to my friend, but it's over now. He's safe. And, like, he ended up in weird places. People were, like, booting his car and then charging him to get money off of it. It was funny. It's not funny while it was happening, but now that it's over, I'm sure it's nice now.
Oh, yeah. You don't even want to know. But, so man, we was not supposed to go to the Virgin Islands. So just preface all that I'm fixing to tell you with, we were supposed to go to Montana, see Yellowstone, all that cool stuff in the cold, not the beach in island in the middle of the ocean, but that didn't work out, the floods, all that stuff. So they basically told us we were either out of it or we could go to the Virgin Islands. We was like, well, obviously we're going somewhere. So we load up with no prior knowledge of this place. We get in there. What's up?
Oh, the stream isn't loading the video. Oh, there it went.
It should be.
It took a minute.
It took a minute.
My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. You good. You got it now, though. Right?
I'm good. Okay. I'm good. Sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, okay, cool. So anyway, we fly out on this plane, and folks pee out the dish, man. The flight attendant busts the thing down and gets duct tape out the overhead bin, and I'm like, what we gonna do on this airline with some duct tape? But anyway, we land, we get in the shuttle to go pick up our little Kia that we rented to drive around this place at. And the dude charges us like $40-$50 to taxi us over there, which was the free shuttle. We just didn't know that. So we automatically got hustled $50. Folks pee out the dish, but we get there, we show up, get the keys to the little Kia that's beat to death, and we look at that thing, and roads, you drive on the left, man, the little Kia would be scrubbing and skidding down the road.
So your Kia, when you got there, it had dents and bends and all in it. Like you could clearly tell that it was like beat up and like wrecked over and over and over.
Oh yeah, like it just had you could tell where people's pushed the dents out of it. You had dings. Headlight was all twisted up.
That's funny.
So I'm like, this thing's got to be, woe out. And we get in there and I crank that thing up and it's got 8,000 miles on it. I'm like, man, this is not a good sign. I don't know what it means, but whatever it is ain't good. So we get in there, and the whole place, once you leave the beach or the hotels and all, it gets sketchy, man. You in slums. And when there's no stop signs, no road signs, no any kind of directions of any kind. So people's just honking at you. You flying around, skidding around corners. It's like Fast and the Furious or something over there trying to get to the condo. We get to the condo after about 3.5, 4 hours. And we find that thing. We walk up there to it. We left the car because we was like, it's too dangerous to drive. We're going to walk. So we walk it. We walk up there, man. We get there, we unload, and the power goes out. It did that for all of the days except one. So I can't remember exactly how it went, but like all the days except one, the power went out just because it wanted to, I guess. But we get there and we're like, okay, we need to go eat. We need to go to the grocery store. We need to do all that stuff you do when you folks get somewhere. We show up and we go eat. We ask the little waitress, we're like, hey, anywhere you can tell us to go get some essentials, some stuff like that. She's like, yeah, you go to this Pueblo store. And we're like, okay, we've never been to a Pueblo store, but we'll go, shoot. And at the time, from the time we walked in the door to the time we walked out, it had got to become night, which is a different place over there at nighttime. And dude, we walk out the store with a couple bags of groceries, and there's probably 20 just drug addicts everywhere. And they coming up to you, they trying to get money, trying to sell you just random stuff, trying to follow you around to see where you going. So we get back in our beat up little Kia, and we chugging along on the little roads and stuff. We stop at the only stop sign on the island, which is in town. we sitting there stopped a minute trying to figure out which way to go or whatever. And some dude comes up, beats on the window. Like, what's up going on? And he starts woofing at us. Like, I don't know how else to say
barking.
It. Yeah, like a dog.
He starts barking.
He starts
at
woofing
you.
at us. He's like, and just like as loud as you could possibly do it, and just gone. Like he was wasted and woofing and trying to get us to get out the car. He was waving at us. So, like, one of my friends was in the passenger seat. She's woofing back at him.
She's barking back?
Yeah, because she's like, you ain't going to come and balk at me without me balking back. So, anyway, we get out of that alive. Barely. And we show up, do all that. We like, okay, the time is up. We're not going anywhere after nighttime, going to the beach. That's it. So, we go... After all that experience, we go to the next island over the next day, which is like a management area.
And so this is like the famous Virgin Islands. This is like those beautiful islands everybody's talking about with like the beautiful blue water. And like when you think of like the Virgin Islands, you think of like the water and all the scenery and all that stuff, right?
That's what's on the brochure. And it's there, at the beach. I will say this: the beach is nice. If you stayed on the beach, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know what I was even talking about. Like if you stayed at the little place there. But dude, where we were at, we were in the slums, man. It was like, think any kind of Haiti or Brazil or something you've seen in movies, and that's what it was like, dude. And the people just come out of any kind of alley, coming out at you, trying to get you money, trying to get whatever they could get from you. And so you couldn't like hardly do anything. And so we was like, we're gonna go island hopping to the management area and see some sights, cause like we already looked it up. There's nobody hardly lives on this place. It's all woods. We're like, what can happen in the woods?
What can happen in the woods?
So we go and we talk to the little, I don't know what you call him. We would call him like a DNO agent or whatever, like the guy that's over the management area. They have a different name over there, but we talked to him. We're like, hey dude, we want some easy stuff. We want to see some take some pictures, see some cool sights. All that kind of stuff.
I just had knee surgery. I don't need to be walking around, because you literally just like started back training and like recovering from knee surgery, right?
Yeah, man. I had, if most people know, but if you don't know, I had actually a dual ligament reconstruction on both knees. So which is odd, which is funny because it never happens to anybody at the same time. But I blew both knees at the same time and both ligaments on both knees. So I'm in bad shape. And we some of us has got like bad hips and bad joints and whatever. So we over there, we trying to see some cool sights and stuff. and we go out there, and the dude tells us he's like, hey, we got this hike that's about an hour, and you can do it in an hour. You can go. It ends in the beach. You'll be fine. It's fun. All you need is a bottle of water and some clothes. And we're like, that sounds exactly like what we need to do right there. And dude, we started that thing like 10 or 11 in the morning, and we hiked that thing for 6 hours. 6 solid hours. And
6 solid hours.
Dude, I'm telling you. And so we didn't even make it to the end of this 1 hour trail in 3.5 hours. And so we turned around and went back, and barely made it. He told us it was like a I can't remember how he said it, but he's flat. He's like, it's basically flat. It's just a nature walk. And we looked at our watches. It was like 1,500 foot gain elevation. We don't hike, so like, we wasn't expecting all that. We wasn't prepared for it. He only told us to bring like a bottle of water. So anyway, we get there. We finally get out.
Y'all turned around and come back.
Oh yeah,
and then y'all was supposed to be getting on a bus.
So that's funny. We was hoofing it to make the 5 o'clock bus. They told us the bus comes every hour, and we're like, okay. There's no taxis that hardly come by. We need to catch the bus, so we don't need to miss the 5 o'clock bus. And now I told you we started like 10:30, 11, right? So this is 5 o'clock in the evening. And so we sitting there, and we get there, we hoof it, we go. Some of us kind of jump ahead to try to make it, to see if they can flag it down or whatever. And we finally, like the last of us get there, and we still see them. We haven't seen any bus, and we sit there till probably 6:30. 6:45, something like that, and see the bus never shows. We see some taxi guy with his light off going home, and we flag him down, and we convince him to take us to the ferry to get back to the island that we were staying at. And he said he'll do it for like $12 a piece or something like that. It was outrageous. And we said, okay, whatever. We was exhausted, sweaty, dehydrated. And so we get on that thing, and we come out, and we get on the taxi. We probably go like 1/10 of a mile. There the bus.
Dude, I couldn't imagine planning a different vacation. And then, like, y'all were supposed to go to Yellowstone, and it flooded, and like they wasn't letting anybody there. And so they switched you off to a different thing, and then you had that type of experience with crackheads and
people, over, but yeah.
People charging you extra money for things that's free. Like when we go down to Costa Rica, like we went down there with the Dream Camp.
Yeah, the Dream.
And we got a friend that lives there in Costa Rica, and his name's Lorenzo.
Sweet.
But he's like, don't pay these people. Like, because when you go to the beach, they'll tell you that you have to pay them to park your car. It's like, pay us to park the car. It's like, no, it's free parking. Like, you don't have to pay. You just come through and park. But he told me, he's like, if anybody gives you crap, you just tell them that you're with Lorenzo, and they'll say, okay. But they kind of like strong arm you into paying the park to walk down to the beach. But other than that, like, it's a beautiful place where you don't we haven't had any issues at all with them like taking advantage of us or anything. But it sounds like I don't ever want to go to the Virgin Islands.
You don't, dude. And the thing is. The thing is, it's just everywhere. Like, you can't escape. There's no good spots as far as in town. Like, if you stayed on the beach and you had it all planned out, it's beautiful. Like, you see, swim with sea turtles and all this clear water, and I mean, it's nice. But dude, we got back off the boat finally, And you know, you have to kind of eat while you're in town because it's such long, it's mountainous. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen pictures, but it's beaches all around and mountains in the middle. So like if you stay on the island, you kind of up a mountain. So we're like, hey, we got to get something to eat. Can I tell the pizza place? Is it good on here? Okay.
Yeah. Man, gotta have the pizza story. That was the whole reason I wanted you to tell the story, because that's funny.
Well, you get a kick out of it. We didn't want to eat because everything's outside in the heat, right? So we said, okay, we're going to get a pizza. We're going to order it, take it home with us, and, you know, lock the doors and hide in the house. But so anyway, we ordered this pizza. We walk up to the guy. It's Senior somebody's pizza place. And he's like, hey, man, what you want? And we're like, some pizza. And it was odd. There was only like a couple of different menu options. You know, we told him what we wanted. And he looked me dead in the eyes. He's like, hey, it's prime time. I was like, he said it's going to be a minute. And I'm like, okay. And, you know, I was exhausted. We was all exhausted. We was like, prime time. That must mean like dinner time, you know, because it's late.
Yeah, probably like the busiest time of the day.
Yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
That's what you would think. But I look around. He said it's prime time, and I look. You know, there's nobody in the whole place. No pizza. No people eating. No people waiting. No people like. I ain't even see nobody making pizza.
Just empty.
Just empty room. And he said it's prime time. Dead serious. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
So, you guys just like took a taxi to middle of town, or did you did they take you how did you end up at this particular pizza place?
Okay, so that's kind of goes back to the morning. So we had the little Kia that we rented that's beat to death, and we pulled it into a parking garage that you're supposed to be able to park at and ride the boat. It's like a public, you know, ferry that goes the island. They're so close together, you can just, you know, boat from one to the other. So like after we got picked up from the hike, we jumped back on the boat and we were in like this, almost like a downtown. It's not very big, but it got a few stores by the parking lot, by the marina and all of that, where people obviously come off the boat, and there's places there. So we actually walked to the pizza place, which was, you know, 4 or 5 blocks away.
Okay, so y'all did some more walking.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah, why not? We done walked all day.
But so we get there, we sit down or whatever.
At prime time.
At prime time. We're the only ones there. And we sit down, and me and one of the other friends, we was like, we're going to go across the street and pick up some ibuprofen, some just essential stuff like that.
Water.
Water, the Gatorades, any kind of stuff like that. And just see what they had. They had a little store there that's supposedly nice. It was they had like 4 or 5 security people out front so that people didn't like follow you to the vehicle and stuff. So we're like, it should be safe. We'll go in there, and we did.
It should be safe. That's so funny. It's just like, this place should be safe. There's like 15 security guards out front. Maybe we'll make it.
I mean, at that point, it's 50-50. I mean, that's best.
The security guard's gonna mug you.
Yeah, that's best you can get. So we load up, and we come back with, you know, 3 bags of stuff. Nothing crazy. And my 2 friends that we left in the pizza place sitting there like bug-eyed, right? We're like, what is happening? You know, like, there's nobody in here, so like, what could have happened? And they was like, we have got to get out of this place. And I was like, well, why? We ain't even got our pizza yet. Like, we still got to go to the house. They was like, no, you don't understand. This is a house of prostitution. And I was like, no, this is a pizza place. And dude, like, it's like it was a movie. as soon as I say that, like, there's a hallway that you couldn't really see. Old dude comes back with no pants on. He's putting on his pants. He's putting on like a old belt, trying to get it all through the loops, walking down the hallway to us. And I'm like, what is happening? And he takes a wad of cash, dude, and throws it on the counter and walks out. And I'm like, this is what prime time was.
Get you a pizza, a woman, and anything you want during prime time.
I don't know what was back there, but we didn't stay to find out. I go ahead and tell you. So we was like, we got to go. So we load up and we go. And we get back to the little Kia that we parked in the parking garage, which closes at 5. We didn't know that either. So we put everything, put all the groceries in the car and look, and they have booted us. Man, so we sitting there with a boot, and we like, what do we do? We so there's a little piece of like a slip on the windshield wiper. So we get it, and it says $200 fine a day to because of the boot, because of you've been there too long or whatever, invalid parking. And we're like, okay, we got to go figure this out. We got to get home. So we walk out again, back down to the place and find a security like hub. And nobody's there. They closed. The whole place is closed. This is like nighttime again. We didn't want to be out. But so we finally get like the cell phone of the security person on duty. So she comes up and she's like, what's your problem? And we like, we didn't know we wasn't supposed to do this. We didn't know we had to be back, whatever. And they booted us and they give us this paper. And she was like, oh yeah, $500 a day. And we was like, what? The paper says 2. And she's like, oh yeah, whoever did that used the wrong paper. That's old paper, she said. I'm like,
that's the old paper.
That's the old paper.
That's the old paper. We gotta have this new paper that says you owe me $500.
But anyway, that's what she said, and we do some talking. We trying to be finesse a little bit, trying to sweet talk her a little bit, and
Nate giving her the eyes, blinking at her.
No, it wasn't that much, but we trying to we played the stupid truest, like we didn't know what we was doing, and which we didn't. But we had like two or three things going for us. The first thing was like some dude in like a uniform told us we'd be fine to go do what we was gonna do and come back. He didn't tell us like to be back by X amount of time. And we was like, okay, that's good. And we told her that, and then she's like, how long have you been booted here? And we was like, I don't know. We got here at like 10 or 11 o'clock this morning. She was like, oh, long time. And I was like, yeah. And so she goes and looks, and she got there, like she started her shift at like 4 o'clock. So she realized that she didn't boot us. We were booted before she got there, which was a game changer, evidently, because she goes off and she comes back. She's like, listen, she said, $70, I'll make this go away. we're like, okay, is that it? She's like, yeah, just give me $70 cash, and I'm not going to give you a receipt, but I'll go unlock it and you'll be good to go. And we're
she
like,
just hustled your ass for $70.
Yes.
So, I'm not real familiar with the area. Is it like a primarily Spanish-speaking place, or is it like what's the main language there?
Technically English, but it's a Caribbean island, and you have like a little bit of all kinds of different. Like you got Spanish. It's like a mix between Spanish, like Jamaican island people, and French, actually. First, I don't know how they got there, but so you've got this weird English-ish Spanish dialect that's going on, and I mean you couldn't understand anybody. Like it was a
they had their own language.
Yeah. Like it was a language barrier of the same language, if that made sense. But
Yeah. So I heard this was before like I heard your story or whatever, but like I heard that the best way there is to take a cruise and then dock there and then hang out on the beach and the things along the edge of the beach and then get back on your ship and leave. Sounds probably like, after hearing your experience, that's probably true.
yeah, man. And we actually went to check out the boat one time because it was pulling up, and there's a lot of eating festivities and restaurants and stuff right by where the ship docks. And dude, it's a completely different place. You go from like, the hood with like some uneven road. Like you be sitting there like, I mean, you riding in the little coast throwing flames. I mean, it's scrubbing. you knocking stuff off. I mean, it's like the size of a driveway. They got little piece of angle iron like you would put on a dog box or something, like literally like 1 inch angle for the safety rail.
The guardrail?
Yeah. On the side, like it's mountain, little bit of highway and cliff. So you got this 1 inch angle iron saving you from certain death. And dude, people's just mopped through it. You could see, it's all twisted up in 5 or 6 different places where they, you missed a 90-degree tone and you just go off to eternity. But
to eternity.
Every single spot, it's probably 6 on the main road that we would drive. And like they didn't fix it or anything. They just put a "Do Not Enter" sign on every hole.
Do not enter.
Do not enter.
Do not enter. That's like you realize that somebody just KO'd a piece of metal that was here. They're probably not going to be too worried about the sign either if they're doing it on purpose. But that's funny.
It was the fastest way to the bottom. It wasn't the best, but jeez.
It looks like somebody done took your little Kia down there a couple times.
Yeah, man. And so you go from that to like within 1 mile of the cruise ship. So like, 3/4 of a mile on both sides. It's like 4-lane highways with palm trees in the median and street lights, and it's like the nicest place you've ever seen. And then it gets to like slums. It's the weirdest thing because it's so different, man. Like it's like they know that it don't matter past that cruise ship very much. I
bet you guys were extremely happy to get home, huh?
Dude, like between that, we actually woke up one day and a dude was just standing in the living room.
Just in the house y'all rented.
Yeah.
Just sitting there chilling.
Just sitting there chilling in the house. He come up with something. I don't know if he was supposed to be there or not. He didn't knock. He just showed up, and we didn't know him. He didn't own the house or anything. Like it wasn't like somebody that was supposed to be there. And we get there, and it's like days and days of this stuff. Like it just people trying to hustle you every day. They trying to, get whatever they can get, and so we finally ready to go home. We finally get to go home. We were beyond ready, but we get on the plane to go to Puerto Rico, which we had to like step over, lay over for like 10-15 minutes, and come back to Orlando. We had to swap planes and all that stuff, get like a bigger jet, and so we take the little 15-minute plane ride to Puerto Rico, and they knock our Orlando flight back 2 hours. I'm like, well, that's not the worst thing. We'll sit there, we'll find something to do. We went to all the shops and stuff, and it was getting time, and they never called us, never called anybody. And finally they said, finally they said, like, the flight ahead of us, they were like, you know, we hate to say that flight such and such is not going to leave Puerto Rico today because it has broken down in the middle of the runway. So
your plane broke down. Oh.
It wasn't ours. Thankfully, it was the one, like, literally one flight ahead of us. And but the bad thing about it was we still got to leave. Or the good thing about it was we still got to leave. But the bad thing was they had to figure out how to get this plane that was dead in the water out of the way, basically. So we sat there for another 2 or 3 hours till about 10 o'clock before we finally even left. And it was to drive back and go to work the next day. But
well, here's the thing, man. You guys went on vacation. It was very memorable, and you'll remember that the rest of your life, and you'll have a story to tell. I think that is what it's about. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks at the time, but I'm on this whole new kick where I'm looking at things and I'm trying to, like, pay attention to, like, the things that normally make people upset or things that upset people, and, like, the way you react to it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm noticing that the less you allow things like that to get to you, the more enjoyable the moments are. If you let them upset you and, like, get to you in that way, it makes it even worse. And like, when we go to Costa Rica, I hate traveling.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I am the last person you want to travel with. Taylor is a soldier. Like, she is so good at, like, getting through airports and, like, just, like, keeping everything, like, organized and I get searched at every checkpoint. They made a checkpoint for me to get searched. Not making that up. Like, we were boarding our plane and they pulled me out of line to search me again and, like, strip me. It's like all I had on was my boxer shorts, pretty much, in the walkway, like, as you're getting on the plane.
Golly.
And next time I have her on the podcast, I'll get her to tell you guys about that, because it's ridiculous, like, what they do. I'm like, do I look like that guy or something? But no, I do not like the traveling part. But I love, like, when we get there and all of that's done. Mm-hmm. Like, the waiting to board your plane, the waiting at the, like, to get through security, the standing, like, that I just cannot do that part very well. And I get irritable, and I had to learn to kind of calm myself down and recognize that the conversations that we're holding and the things that we're saying and stuff like that is the important part. It's what makes the journey or the trip special. So, like, getting to have that conversation with your kids or getting to have that conversation with your girl, where any other time you would be at home doing the things that you would normally do. You don't really have that one-on-one, which Taylor and I actually do, because we own this business here, and, like, she's made it and I've made it important to, like, get home and wind down and actually communicate to one another.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I feel like when you're traveling that you kind of get, and if you overlook that, or if you don't, like, spend the time to, like, acknowledge, like, this is why we're here for these experiences, it can be really bad.
Oh yeah. And dude, like, you know, I tell the story because it's funny, but I mean, it wasn't all bad. I mean, you saw some fantastic views and stuff like that, and I mean, it not taken away from the fact that
I would have been angry.
Oh yeah, we were in severe danger, like, the whole time, and you know, like, I actually looked it up, and they have an adjusted, like, crime rate and all per capita, basically, and it's worse in Chicago, New York, all those places.
Good God.
Yeah, like we was in some sketchy environments, but it was. I don't want to say it was fun because it wasn't at the time, but you know, like you said, you let that roll off of you, and you kind of enjoy.
Oh, dude,
you laugh at it. You know, you just kind of in the moment.
That picture you posted is like when you're in a sketchy neighborhood, so you wear every single martial arts brand you own. You had like a Blackwater Jiu-Jitsu hat, a Tect Center mixed martial arts bag, a 10th Planet Perry. Like you had all of
it. Schismatic. It was everything.
That's funny now that you talk about like the crime rate and stuff, like why you posted that. Like that is very funny.
And yeah, man, I didn't even like it wasn't even a thought, but like I just walked out and somebody was like, "You're wearing," one of my friends was like, "You're wearing literally all martial arts stuff." And I was like, "What you talking about?" And I looked and I had my hat and my short and my bag and I was like, "Take a picture. We gotta take a picture because this is funny."
Dude, those Tect Center bags, the with the ropes, I love carrying those. Like when we went to Disney World, we would take and freeze water, and then stick them in those bags, and nobody caught on while we were there. I'm telling on myself, but like it's hot. Like Disney World, walking around there and stuff, it's hot. You freeze those waters and stick them in that silk bag, and then put it on your back. You're cool all day. You got ice like literally on your back, and then as it melts, like you get some plastic bottle, whatever, you drink it. So you have cold water all day, and that's the trick. Those little bags, man. Like I literally put all of my clothes in one of them, and then I put all of the other things like phone chargers and stuff like that in the other one, and I have 2 of those bags, and that's all I take with me when I travel.
Yeah.
Like, and most people have like these big ass suitcases and all that stuff. It's like, nope, I got my phone charger, my phone, my headset, my tablet, and then my clothes.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm wearing my shoes. Like, I don't carry anything else. Taylor carries more than me, so she'll have like a book bag full of stuff. But, dude, I don't. And those little bags, like when we go like Disney, Universal, or even Costa Rica, like when we're walking around there, I literally freeze water that night, throw those waters in the thing, and we have waters all day, like 2 big giant smart waters. Yeah. Just frozen, and they keep me cool. So that's how I roll. Like, I stay cool.
Man, speaking of Tect Center and you know, the business and all that, why don't you tell some of these guys some of the stuff we got coming? I know we making headway with the new equipment we talked about, but like some of the content ideas and stuff we've been hashing out.
Yeah, dude, I'm super excited. I'm super excited about yours and my partnership as far as the editing and the software and all that stuff goes. We wrote it on the board. I'm pretty sure you guys can't see it.
It's not
but
on the...
If I had that other camera on, it'd been perfect. But we're doing the Ask Coach Jimmy again. If you guys are fans of like Chewy and stuff, like that style. So the Ask Coach Jimmy, I'll answer you guys questions and things like that. I had a lot of them, but it's a funny thing. I deleted a lot of them when I hurt my back. I was going through like some like just down, like it was, I'm not gonna say depression, but I was just down, and I was looking at them and I was like, I don't like these, they're not good enough. I'm a perfectionist at heart, which is also a double-edged sword. It makes me never pull the trigger or do the things that I want to do. But I get enough of this stuff to where people ask me stuff all the time. Like, I guarantee you, if you scroll through my inbox during the day, I probably get 20 to 30 jiu-jitsu questions a week. Yeah. Like, not every day, but probably 20 to 30 a week, easily. And I'm going to start picking some of the most common ones and do a playlist on YouTube. It's going to be Coach Jimmy, Ask Coach Jimmy, or whatever. And that's going to be like the show, Ask Coach Jimmy. And basically, I'm going to get on there and I'm going to talk a few minutes. I don't know if I'm going to edit it and then like post it, or if I'm just going to go live for 10 minutes and just rant about it or talk about it. those ones are going to be easy and fun to do because I enjoy answering questions about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I enjoy, like, that's what I want to do with my life. And I truly enjoy, like, answering questions and, like, even hearing how other people think about it or what their thought process is, and then being able to kind of talk about it from my point of view of, 20 years experience or whatever.
Yeah. So, like, your Instagram's on the stream. How would people who may listen to this, how would they send Coach Jimmy a question? Like,
so I actually you can DM me on Instagram.
Yeah.
My Facebook is Coach Jimmy. It's Coach Jimmy. I think it's _Tech there too.
Yeah.
All of my stuff, Twitter, it's Coach Jimmy _Tect. So that's COACHJIMMY _TECT. As that it's there. My YouTube channel is Coach Jimmy _Tect, and you guys can post the questions under the videos. Each video you can ask stuff there in the comments, and I'll respond there. So there's Facebook, there's Instagram, Snapchat is exactly the same thing. So, and TikTok, which I haven't posted TikToks in a while.
Yeah.
I need to get back on that, but I really don't care that whole lot about growing TikTok right now. I want to grow.
A lot.
Well, it doesn't benefit me in any way other than just putting me in front of the audience that's using TikTok.
Yeah.
I really want to start focusing on growing the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to like, subscribe, and follow me on Tech Talk here and the Coach Jimmy _Tect, I'm gonna game. I'm gonna start back gaming and answering questions there. I'm gonna do the short videos where it's Ask Coach Jimmy. Another thing that we're gonna do is our proper violence playlist. So we're gonna do breakdowns. We're gonna do basically on the proper violence thing. We're gonna talk about like the proper way to do arm bars, or like do triangles, or this is what I'm looking for, the mindset of what I'm trying to do. Those types of things. And we might even do some skits and stuff, like being funny on that one, because I think it goes along with the name, proper violence. That one's going to be extremely fun. I'm trying to get some of my gym members involved because it's going to be like drama class. It's going to be just like if you was in school and you was doing drama class, because I don't care. Like, I don't get embarrassed or care about what people think at all. So, like, I'll do anything. Y'all might even see a video of Janine running around here.
I've seen that, y'all.
But
I don't know if the world's ready for Janine yet, but they may be.
Taylor,
let us know in the comments if you want to see Janine in a video.
And then you got Creepy Dave.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
you're gonna see some videos of Creepy Dave for sure.
Yeah, creepy David Tillman. Is it Dave or David? I can't remember what.
I can't remember. I think it might be Dave.
Maybe
it might be David.
Who knows?
I don't know. He'll let us know.
He'll let us know, but it's coming. And man, I seen some of that, and obviously, but it is hilarious.
So yeah, dude, so that's the proper violence playlist. That one's gonna be fun for us because it's just gonna be like struggle buddies, and like we're gonna do a lot of cool stuff for that one. And then we're gonna do the Coach Jimmy Reacts, and it's gonna be like these three things are gonna be playlists of their own. They're gonna be basically 3 different series so you kind of get to see all around like how I look at jiu-jitsu, how I think about jiu-jitsu, how I think about martial arts as a whole. You get to see all of those different aspects of me and like why our culture is so good here at Tect Center. That one is like when you see a really bad fight or you see something like that and you guys tag us in it or send it to me, I'll save them, and then I'll watch them, and then we'll show you guys like what they did to make whatever it was that worked, or what they could have done to make it better, and almost like a breakdown video or even a reenactment maybe.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be fun too, because we're gonna do like some different angles and visual effects, and that one's gonna be super fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And then the last thing that we're doing, we're bringing it back. We did it for almost 2 years, and then we stopped, and we're bringing it back. But it used to be Technique of the Week, and we spelled it with a tect in it. Technique of the week. But now it's going to be Technique of the Month. And here's what we're going to do with that. I'm going to show you guys a technique, like one of my favorite techniques, or the one that my guys are having the most success with, or whatever that looks like. And then we're gonna show it, and then the next couple episodes, like once a week, we're gonna show that particular technique in a live, either a competition or whatever. We're gonna find some tape with that technique in it and talk about it, and how they set it up, how they got the entry, like what they did different from what we did in our video to make it work for them or whatever. And so we'll end up having 4 videos, but one technique, but 4 videos on that particular technique. And all of that stuff is coming down the pipeline. So if you guys are interested in that, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Coach Jimmy _Tect. I think we're going to name the whole damn channel Proper Violence with Coach Jimmy. I think I'm changing it to that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But these are things that we're going to make decisions on. Nate's going to be the man behind the camera. He's going to be the man behind the editing. So it's not all me. I got people around me that are making this thing possible. And the funny thing is about all of that is that we're gonna be doing this on a level that no one else is doing it, and I know that for sure. The way we got the 4K camera set up, we got 4 angles of the mat, we got it wired in to automatically download to the PC. Nate's gonna have access to everything that goes on in the gym. It'll automatically download, so he don't even have any time to waste downloading stuff. He can zoom in 10 times and still have 1080. Like, he could see if you got a pimple on your face. Like, and he's going to be able to crop the classes from every single class and, like, just trim them to just the lessons, and or like whatever he wants to do. Like, the rolls after class, he'll have live footage. Not to mention that I literally tore apart the cameras and got rid of the electric microphones, wired in shotgun mics, so that it gets rid of all the AC noise, all the background noise. It's literally a professional grade audio with our cameras because of the way that I worked with the technology and broke them down and fixed it.
Yeah. And that's you're talking about for classes, and shotgun mics, high quality 4K for like every class footage. And I don't see that. I'm sure it's out there, but you don't see that even now as much.
Dude, like if you look at Brandon with his online university, I don't even know what he calls it. It's like Ninja School or something, but like I don't know what it is. What's Brandon's?
Is it Jedi Archive?
Jedi Archive. Yeah. That's what it is. It's got Steven on there. It's got a bunch of stuff from Stephen Aiken.
Yeah, it's killer too.
Yeah, it's. But that's what I was gonna say is that he literally has a camera set up, or a person with a camera, while like class is going on, and they're like walking around and recording him, doing all that. And there's some personability to that. Like, I like that, but I just kind of streamlined it. Like, ours is straight from 4 different views. You literally have, I do the move one time in the middle. You have 4 different views of the same move. You can see it from 4 different angles, and it's 4K, and they're all from that downward, like sideways angle.
That teaching angle.
That
almost.
teaching angle, yeah. And then it literally, like, I don't have to, like, save it to an SD card and then go find Nate and give him the SD card, or go to my house and, like, edit from the house. I can just it automatically saves our classes during those times, like during all the classes. It automatically saves them, and all you got to do is throw it into Adobe or which I use DaVinci Resolve, but you use Adobe.
Yeah.
But whatever editing software you use, and literally clip it. You can clip all 4 angles and put them side by side. Guess what? We clap at the end. And guess how you align audio?
Wow.
With a clap. Dude, it lines up so perfect. You just line the clap up, and the audio on all 4 cameras from one shotgun mic is perfect.
Yeah.
And you got 4 angles. And it's like, it's amazing when we actually do it.
Yeah.
The problem is that I'll have like 3 months worth of videos sitting on my PC. That's why I'm so grateful for Nate.
Oh man.
But
not to mention the new PC build. we was out to.
yeah.
What how'd you end up doing that? It was like you ordered it and they never shipped it to you, or something like that, and
dude,
you just got all kinds of craziness.
I ordered a what is it, a minus B550?
Something like that.
It has an external hard drive. Like, basically it's a desktop that's as big as my hand. And dude, I'm like I said, I'm a technology nut, but I'm fixing to build a mobile unit. And that's coming next. So we can just go and do these streams like right away. Like set up right away. But man, that little PC, I got the bare bones kit. Finally got it in. We had to call them and threaten to like open a case against them through PayPal, but they finally sent it to me. But when I got it, we put 64 gigs of RAM at 3600 hertz or megahertz or whatever it is. Yeah. And we put a 500 SSD NVMe in it. We got the 5700G processor, which is better than the 5700X. It scored higher by 22% than the 5700X, which blew my mind because that's like one of the best processors you can get other than the 5950.
And dude, like I haven't like bought it up or even noticed it, but like, dude, we're using less CPU than we did with your big desktop. With this little thing, it's like 18% or something.
Are you kidding me?
No,
dude, that's so cool. And like, we have everything running. We have a switcher. We have the beacon audio, so we can control our music separate and everything, like right in front of you without messing with the mics. Elgato's plugged into it. It doesn't have anything running, but I'm excited. I'm excited about doing this. If I could raise $2,500 for this, like if I could get a couple of gems to throw in on that, I could build the most badass mobile streaming kit like possible. And all they would have to do, like when we show up to do events to live stream them, is give us their YouTube login, or stream them from our platform, from our YouTube.
Yeah,
like that. It's gonna be so cool when it's done. I'm excited. It's gonna have the built-in. Like I'm not gonna talk too much about it until I do it, because somebody out there is gonna try to steal my idea.
We can't have that.
Yeah, we can't have people stealing from us. But the little PC, we got the mount. It's literally a VESA mount right now. We just mount it to the back of the monitor and tote the monitor. Then we have a wireless keyboard and mouse and the switcher. That's it. It's good to go.
Good to go.
Stream is up and running.
It's a lot of people a lot of people don't get what we're talking about, but it's unreal to think that you have an editing or a streaming PC that's literally like 5 inches by 5 inches.
It's the size of my hand.
Yes. I mean, you used to have
a beast of a
machine.
Like the one I have at home with the 3080 and the 5950 and like the top of the line, everything in it's Asus and like, and then this little PC's getting better frames for OBS. So it's like, how?
I don't know, dude. It's come so far in so little time. Dude, 10 years from now, I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll be talking to holograms or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited about all the stuff that's coming up, man. This podcast was about saying we're back. We haven't streamed a podcast in almost 3 weeks because I sold the big PC, and I sold it so I could build this smaller build. I actually want to put a GPU on it, and the only reason I haven't is I have a Corsair Pro, like 850 power supply, and the screw holes are like a 1/4 inch off, so they wouldn't mount to the bracket that come with the mini PC. So I'm gonna have to get a slim version of a power supply or something like that. But now I've decided to do the other build. And like I said, using things that I already have, plus about $2,500 more, we'll have a setup that is an all-in-one, everything with a handle on it. And you will literally have one case, or 2 cases, one for microphones and audio, other for video and like your PC. It's going to be so easy to go in and set up, and everything is going to be run wireless the way that we always do it.
Yeah. It is like the next level of this particular avenue. I think is you see it going that way, but nobody's just went all in. And
nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody's, even the setup that I have here to the setup that I'm running for my cameras and the way that I have it automatically downloading, I'm trying to streamline our classes to the world. Like, I'm trying to make it where there's just that paywall, you pay, and then you get to see everything we're doing. Like, if you're on the other side of New York or whatever, you can type in July 6th, 2022.
Yeah.
And you can see what we did in class that day.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be nuts. And not to mention, like, the way we're trying to coach and build systems and do things. Like, it is next level. And I sound very arrogant when I say that. But nobody's doing that. Everybody's, like, having to do a lot of work or pay, like, this big team. And I want to be able to streamline it so the smaller gym owners can look at what we're doing, see how we're doing it, see how we're growing. Dude, we have almost, like, I'm not sure. I don't want to go about how many people we have signed up here.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. We have over 2% of the population in Eastman, Georgia signed up at our school. And that don't sound like a lot. It was like, it's just 2%. Out of 4,000 people, we have 2% of the population. That's unheard of. Most gyms do like 0.5, if that.
Yeah.
And we have over 2%, which it sounds like it's 2% or whatever, but I want 5%.
Yeah.
At 5%, I'll be set for life. If we get 5% of the population. And teaching the systems and teaching people the way to actually make money with a gym so that they don't have to work a job, so that they don't have to work another job to be able to do the job that they love and all that stuff. I want to do that, and I want to teach them how to do it in a manner that is fun. It's not overwhelming. They don't have to have all this thing. You literally need like 3 people.
Yeah.
3, 4, I would say if you got a small team of 6 people that really cared about like editing and doing all that, you'd change your life. But literally me and you are about to change the way video is done and learning is done for jiu-jitsu. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just me and you. If we added 4 more people that care about it the way that we do, like spending an entire day doing that, trying to build software, make plugins for OBS, make plugins for the Elgato switcher, like figure out ways to modify gear so that it's easier to carry, and like doing all of those things. If you had like 6 of us, like, we would literally change the game. We would teach you how to run basically a television studio for next to nothing.
Yes. That's ineffectively like a plug-and-play mobile thing. Like, you can be here one day and there one day and whatever you want to do. I mean...
And you can still edit whatever's being taught. Like my coaches from here, I can log in. Like when I'm at Stevens... and the 6 a.m. class, or when I'm over at Watts or wherever I'm at, when I log in and like look, I can see what they're coaching. I have it right at my fingertips. I'll have an editing computer the size of my hand that all I need is an internet access, and it'll download automatically, and then I just clip and upload the classes.
Yeah.
It's going to be so streamlined. It's going to take all of the legwork out of having an online university. It's going to take the legwork out of, like, outside of, like, you trying to add in your extra little things to make it entertaining. Like, it's going to be easy.
Yeah, and I think that's all in the process. Like you were talking about, developing the process to cut out, I don't want to say the unnecessary stuff, because it's all in its own place, it's all necessary, but like, you know, it's so important to have it like as close to real time as you can get. And I think that's kind of the path we're looking at. You know, some of the stuff we obviously take longer to edit, to do the skits and the fun stuff, but as far as pure jiu-jitsu, pure quality class time, as quick as possible after it actually happened. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be something else.
Dude, I'm excited because I'm ready for the world to see how good we are at jiu-jitsu, and like how far we've come and how far we are. And I'm ready to kind of let my guys show them what they can do and what we can do here, and like what kind of coaching we have. And just I'm ready. Like, it's time.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds very arrogant to say and stuff, but it's time. It's time for people to start seeing like how special this is and what we have. And I know without a doubt, when people really see us and see everything, they're going to be drawn to it. And the people are going to, like, you're going to have people that are proud, like, oh, I was around when they first started, and look how far they come. Look how much better it's gotten, because it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just trying to talk crap or whatever, but dude, I'm excited. It's like when I opened this school, I seen it. I was like, it'll be successful. Do you know how many people told me not to open my gym in Eastman, Georgia? I was living in Douglas at the time.
Yeah.
And dude, I can't count. I couldn't even guess at how many people told me I was stupid for opening a school in Eastman, Georgia. And now look, I'm doing numbers that big cities are doing.
Yeah.
Like Valdosta numbers, Macon numbers,
yeah,
Perry numbers. Like these big cities, these military cities, these cities right next to the air, like the interstate and stuff. Like, I'm doing those types of numbers. And we're in such a small town, man. Like, our population is like 4,300 or something like that. Like 4,000. It's literally it's in the 4,000s, and we're doing numbers that are ridiculous compared to these other places. And it's because of the systems that we put in place. It's because of the things we're doing. It's because of the value that we're offering. And I'm
the culture and
the culture.
Yeah.
And like we're not, dude. That is, I think I'm changing the way people, and I'm taking credit for it. I don't care. I'm taking credit for it. I know that I am single-handedly. I'm not gonna say single-handedly, but I am changing the way people train. I'm changing the way people look at jiu-jitsu and how they're training jiu-jitsu, so much so that we're building people that normally wouldn't make it in this athletic sport to becoming rock stars. And it's because the system works the way that we're doing it. And it's cool.
That's one of my favorite things, man. You see the first 6 months when the whole attitude changes, you know, they look up, they get the self-control self-confidence that they needed. And dude, and the culture and all, it just feeds that kind of healthy attitude in jiu-jitsu, which is kind of weird to say, but
dude, when I started, everybody was just beating the shit out of everybody. Like, I went home with so many concussions. I think that's why I have trouble remembering shit now. It's like, I know I had concussions.
Yeah.
Like, I know I did. I was getting hit by I was 130 pounds getting hit by 230 pound, 214 pound men every day. Every single day. And like thinking about that stuff and like not having anyone realize how stupid that was or how wrong it was in that manner. It's like, yeah, I'm tough. Cool. Now what? Like, how do I get better if I'm literally getting the shit beat out of me every day trying to get better? And how are you getting better fast when no one's like guiding you to get better? You see this 1-2 slip 2 or 1-2 slip, and then it's like, all right, now go spar 100%. It's like, no, all right, go run 5 miles. Like, get back here by this time so that we can start jiu-jitsu. It's like, dude, I was in the best shape of my life, but at the same time, I was causing so much trauma and injuries to myself that I have to deal with now.
Yeah.
And it's not the way. And I still see schools thinking in that manner, like that's what they're supposed to be doing, or they don't feel like they're doing enough if they're not getting those sweat in, or getting that sweat in that way, or getting those hard rounds in. And it's just not the way, dude.
I want to train every day, but I want to train every day until I'm 80. You know, like
right. I want to be doing this till the day that I die.
Yes.
I do not want to have to stop. I have had to quit since October because of a back injury, and so now I've been training on Thursdays, and like I've been shooting these videos, like, and dude, you train on Thursday and then you shoot the videos on Saturdays, and then you try to recover for the whole week. Mm-hmm. And getting out of your bed, putting your shoes on, things that should be super easy to do is so hard. And
dude, I know.
And it's like with your knees and stuff, you definitely know. But like with my back, it's like I'm going to get back to a place that I can train every day, just not in the way that I really want to train. But I'll never not train. Like there'll never be a time, even now, like going from not being able to get out of bed to using a walker to doing the physical therapy to be able to walk again to starting back to coach regularly to being able to shoot these videos. We're supposed to be doing like a fundraiser to get the rest of the money so I can have the surgery and all this stuff. But I'm just going to keep moving forward until I have my surgery. Yeah. And then I'm going to do what I need to do to get back on the mat. And that's kind of what stemmed all of this is like I realized when I had my first back surgery, like if I was going to have any kind of longevity in this sport, I had to change the way that I was looking at it and the way that I was training. It's not about being tough.
Yeah.
And you can see it across all the cultures, from the people that cross-train with me, from the gyms that I've been a part of, you can see it take hold, and they're like, yeah, why am I doing that?
Why am I killing myself every day?
Why am I toting an ass whooping every day instead of really learning like what's drawing this jab out, or what's drawing them out to make them touch earth so that I can sweep them or whatever, and in that manner.
Yeah.
And that's what it turned into. And like you, dude, watching you with your knees get blown out and then like go through the work to like start back walking, like the surgeries that you went through at 2 different times because they wouldn't do them both at the same time.
No,
And then watching you come back to jiu-jitsu and start training again, dude, that's inspirational. Like that's something that a lot of people would just use as an excuse not to come back.
Yeah, man. Like, and I didn't come in here prepared to tell the story, so I may be trying to get thoughts together. But like you said a while ago, man, I can't even count the people. I'm talking about, jiu-jitsu guys. I'm talking about friends and family. I'm talking about doctors, surgeons, everybody that said, dude, you will never step on a mat again. Like, you just won't. Like, you won't be able to.
So they literally told you that you would never train again.
Oh, yeah. They was like, dude, you'll never be able to do that again. And I was like, all right, bet. I mean,
challenge accepted.
Yeah, and obviously, I was out for over a year, 3 different knee surgeries, reconstructions, all PT, literally learning how to walk again. And dude, like, I'm not rolling yet. I'm not doing really heavy training, but I am, I am drilling. I'm on the mats. I'm having fun, which is the main, my main goal. I'm just a hobbyist, a guy that wants to come in, have fun, spend time with some cool people, train the sport that I love. But dude, like, I was showing a buddy of mine some stuff, and it was like, it was crazy. I mean, it was like a roll into a leg lock, and it was just some crazy stuff. And I looked and I was like, dude, a year ago, that's when they told me I'd never do it again. And within a year, I mean, I'm having fun again. I've got a long way to go. I'm not actually healed up completely yet, so I'm taking it easy. I'm not rolling with guys yet, but I've got a long way to go. But shoot, man, like, you just got to make your mind up, and like you said, train different, but just train, just do what you can do, and that's when you realize the importance of the other side of it, that mentality.
Yeah, dude, I was just telling everybody, I don't know where I had shared the thing and stuff about you telling about how you overcame something like that. It takes a certain type of mentality and a certain type of person to, like, just pretty much say, you know what, you're wrong, or I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah, it might be a little uncomfortable, but you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. And, like, coming from that extensive of an injury to being back on the mat and coach and, like, moving again, it's pretty impressive. And I've struggled with the thoughts of it myself. I had surgery in 2012, and then it was the end of 2011, beginning of 2012, I think. But anyway, now I injured my back again. I got an annular tear in my L4, and like the muscles are all knotted and tight, and it's just super painful, sciatica, like all these different things. And they're like, well, just quit. Like the doctors and stuff is like, oh, well, you can just find something else to do. I'm like, you don't understand. Like,
No.
there is nothing else. There isn't anything else. This is it. This is how I make my living. I've given everything to this sport. I've given everything to jiu-jitsu. I've given everything to MMA, like, that I have to give. Dude, I've weighed in 18 times to fight in mixed martial arts and fought twice. Yeah. Like, and the last time that I fought, 3 different guys I was supposed to fight that day. None of them showed up. I didn't think I was going to get to fight. And then a guy showed up that was like 10 pounds heavier, like, than what we were supposed to agree on fighting. I had vertigo, like, had all these different things going on for that fight. And I didn't want to back out because I had felt that people back out on me before.
Yeah.
And this is like the first time I ever wanted to back out. And then they found that guy, and it was like his opponent backed out, and he did a hard camp. I was like, all right, fine. And then it didn't go my way, but that's neither here nor there. The point of that is that I have this 18 camp training, like giving it your all, 20 years of showing up and being a training partner so your training partners can get good work in so that they can go fight and they can show up and put in the work and go show the world what we're doing with our team and all this other stuff, and realizing that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and then having someone tell me, oh, no, you can't do that anymore. Just find something else. I'm like, nah, bro, you got it twisted. It's wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah, and dude, like, it's almost like you wonder why people would even say stuff like that to you. But, like, I mean, I'm sure most of it was well-intentioned, but the people that literally look you in the eye, you trying to figure out what you got to do. You don't, at the point, you don't even know how hot you are, but you're trying to figure out, like, what kind of time frame you're looking at, and they telling you will never do it again. But then you got the guys like, dude, there's probably less than a handful that I can, go back and look. Maybe I don't want to name people because I miss somebody because there was several, but dude, there's a handful of people that's like, nah, if you want to, you can. And dude, like, you don't understand how, like, important that is to somebody at that time to speak that positivity into them. Because, dude, man, like, you get down with that with everybody that you see telling you can't do it.
Dude, I legit, like, when I first got injured and I couldn't get out of the bed, that was the worst.
Yeah.
Like, right when it happened, I was like, man, I'm going to jump off a building. Like, and everything that I love to do is physical.
Yeah.
Like, everything. I like to skate. Oh, you need your back for that. I like to swim. Oh, you need your back for that. I like to wakeboard. Oh, you need your back for that. I like to do jiu-jitsu. Oh, you need your back for that. I like to do MMA. Like, everything that I enjoy outside of gaming is physical. And I was like, well, my life's over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to find joy in anything else because the physicality of it is gone.
Yeah.
And, like, I was feeling down. I was going through that stuff. I'm like, I'm not even me anymore. I'm the shell of a person I used to be. And, like, if this is it, I'm having doctors tell me, like, this is it. You're not going to do this ever again. You're not going to do this ever again. You're eventually going to have, like, these fake discs with all this metal and stuff. And I want to go other options, but other options are more expensive than the metal. And it's like, damn, but I gotta start getting around and being able to move. If I move just, like, I'm fine, I'm hurting. I hurt every day. But if I move the wrong way, I'm back in the bed. Yeah. And then I can't get up, and I'm having to call in and, like, have my other guys coach, which hasn't happened but a few times because I can feel it when I do it. It's only happened a few times since October. But the point is, man, it's like when you are down and you're feeling that, somebody could say the wrong thing and you might just end it all, or like you might just, like, it. You have to be very mindful of where people are mentally when they're injured, or how you talk to them. Yeah. And having somebody tell you, no, you'll get there. And it's like when you're feeling helpless and you're like, no, I won't. Like people saying, you'll get back. No, I won't. You don't understand. Like the doctors are telling me that I'm not. And it's like, no, you'll get there. Like, you have to have faith. You'll get to do it again. And hearing that is like, man, maybe. And then you have that little bit of hope or that little bit of whatever it is. And for me, it was just bad, dude. And then I went to Dr. Grantham and realized that my right hip was out of place, and he put my hip back in place. So the back pain and then a hip dislocation. When he put my hip back in place, I was rid of the walker. I went in there with a walker, left out of there with the toting the walker.
Dude.
And like, I don't even know how my hip got dislocated, but I realized that my immobility, like my back was hurt, and it still is hurt. Like, I still have that pain, but to me, it's a tolerable pain. It's just always there.
Yeah.
It's tolerable, but not being able to get around was intolerable. And then when he put my hip back, dude, 3 days, I felt almost like I did before I injured my back, just dealing with back pain daily.
Yeah.
I'm just scared of injuring my back to the point that I can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I know, man. I went, it was, it's hard to describe without going into a long list of details, but the way they did it was sequential surgeries. So like you couldn't even do all of one leg at once. You know, like it had to be a process, because he said, you know, the logic behind it was that it would be too traumatic to do all of it at once to your knee. He said, you know, unless it was like a dire situation, they wouldn't do that. Not even like to one leg. So on one leg I had 2 surgeries. On one they was able to, you know, it healed up in the meantime enough to only do one. But there was a long time that he let it heal before even surgery number 1. So dude, I was not walking for months. I mean, literally months and months of non-weight bearing, months of walker, wheelchair. I was on a scooter at the college, walking on a scooter for like months, man. Just could stand up enough to walk. So I mean, I know the feeling. And then you got people that's coming up telling you ain't gonna be able to do what you want to do again. But dude, I still remember one. I'm not gonna name names, but I still remember one guy, and it was a passing comment, dude. It wasn't even like it wasn't one of my like.
Move that thing in front of your face.
Dude, it keeps moving, dude. It keeps floating away, but
yeah, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
But there was one guy that.
Yeah, one guy, and like, you know, we're friends and we trained together, but like he wasn't one of my inner circle of guys, you know. But he told me, he was like, dude, he said you'll get back, and he sent me a link. He was like, this dude did it, and I was like, okay, that dude can do it. I can do it. You know, not being arrogant or whatever, but like, dude, he will never know how important that was to link me up with somebody who I can see have done that. You know what I'm saying?
Who was it?
I ain't saying.
Okay.
But
well, he appreciates you, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. But that's it, right?
Yeah.
Brandon McCatherine had neck surgery.
Yeah.
And like, he had to learn how to invert the right way, and like he said, it helped his game in a lot of ways. But like, because he had to learn how to do other things or do things better and move in the right way, and that type of thing is just like so cool to see. It sucks at the time, but coming out on the other end and seeing how it changes the way people think about training and how they're doing it, and it almost gets rid of a lot of the ignorance out there about how people are training and just go hard every day, and like smash each other, and like this is how you get better. It's like no, that's the slow way.
That's the slow way.
Dude, it takes twice as long. Like, and this is why our culture here is so much better than a lot of other places. It's like, how long does it take you to get good at armbar defense if I know that you're gonna hurt me if you put me in an armbar? Like, I know if you get my arm isolated, like, you're going to hurt me. Like, I know without a doubt. Like, I'm never going to let you get me near an armbar if I can help it. Yes. You're going to have to earn that with everything, right? Well, if I'm not worried about being injured by you, then I can play the game. And if I can play the game, then I get really good at escaping arm bars because I'm not scared of letting you isolate my arm enough to kind of play with the escapes. And you get to figure out how to finish arm bars.
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, fight for it and stuff. Like if I'm letting you isolate my arm and not obviously not in, like, here's my arm type of way, but like you're trying to go for my arm and I'm like,
playing the game.
Playing the game.
Yeah.
And when you train that way, it puts you so many levels ahead of coming in every single day and just staying safe.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay safe. Just stay safe. Don't let anything happen. Don't let anybody get anything. How long does it take you to get good? If I come into class and I let every single person in that class take my back, how many times in every role, if every role I just constantly, like, let them take my back. If I escape, I let them take my back again. If they submit me, I let them take my back again.
Yeah.
If I do that throughout the class and I'm focused on getting people off my back, how many times did I escape or get submitted or whatever? How many times did I get to practice getting someone off my back that day compared to not ever letting anyone take my back? Like, how many times? Like, if I'm not letting anyone take my back, no one in the gym's taking my back. I think I got like one, maybe two guys that are actually good enough to take my back in the school.
Yeah.
So if how many reps I'm getting? One, maybe two?
Yeah.
In a class. But if I come in and every one of my students take my back and I escape multiple times in a 6-minute round, 10-minute round, whatever we're running that day, like, how many times did I escape? How many times did I practice getting someone off my back to get better? It's just a smarter way to train. And if I don't have to worry about that person snatching my fucking head off, then that's the way to train. But if I got to worry about the person snatching my head off or, like, grinding across my face, cross-face me, trying to get a finish and things like that, and, like, treating me like I'm some kind of, like, toy or something, it's like I'm not going to get good. But flip side of that, if I let you take my back, what do you get to work? Your back control. You get to work your attacks from the back. You get to work, like, you're getting to work your attacks and your control and all that stuff. And I'm getting to work my escapes. Now we're training. It's the laboratory. Now we're getting better. Whereas if I'm not going to let you take my back and you're trying to take my back and I never let you take my back.
Now we fighting.
Now it's just this hard role where you didn't get to work anything other than figuring out that you wasn't good enough to take my back. And now it has its place to do that, to make people earn the takedowns, to make people earn the back take. It has its place. I'm not saying don't ever do that. I'm just saying that when you flow more and you move more in that manner, you get more reps in at all that stuff. Like, if I let your arm drag work when you're trying to arm drag me, you get more confident with your arm drag, and then you start figuring out how to make it smoother and less clunky. And then you start figuring out how to make that thing work better because it worked out one time and it's building your confidence in it. So I really do believe we're changing the way people train. So, and I say that a lot, but anyway, dude, is there anything else that we forgot to mention?
Not that I know of. We hit on the stuff. I'm just, as a reminder, if you tuned in late or whatever, we're doing the Ask Coach Jimmy's with Coach Jimmy Reacts. Send us what you got. If you got, questions, if you got a cool video or somebody that, a video of somebody getting taken down in Walmart, you want us to break down, whatever you got, send it to us. And if it's good enough, we may make a video on it, answer questions, whatever. We'll get to that, all that stuff. We have the proper violence and the cool stuff, the fun stuff coming. It's in the pipeline.
Yeah, guys, and just so y'all know, when I stream, when I'm gaming, there will always be some type of giveaway or something. Every time I'm gaming, if you guys tune in, the followers, like, stuff like that, there's gonna be like a red Ninja Turtle pop up, and when that turtle pops up, there'll be a giveaway. We're just doing stuff, trying to build the brand and things like that. I want you guys to understand like the amount of work that Nate and myself are putting into all of the things that we have coming up, and we want you guys to kind of help us build this thing, because I think it's special, and I think that what we're going to be doing for the community and all that stuff, I think it's going to be really awesome to see it take shape.
Yeah, man. And anything else you want to add? Like you know, the Instagram's on the screen so they can see that. YouTube, you said that kind of stuff. Anything else that's coming?
We got a Strange Matter Invitational coming up.
Yes.
It's August 27th, right? Is it 27th? It's a Saturday.
It's that Saturday, whatever.
So it's either the 27th or the 28th. It's somewhere around. I think it's the 27th. It's Saturday, and then
don't we have an open mat coming up?
Oh yeah, we have the was it 8-year anniversary of Tect Center. Or the 7-year anniversary. I've had this place for 8 years. It's only been open to public 7, so it might be the 7-year. So we were open to the public August 22nd of 2015. So that's the 7-year, right?
I
yeah,
think
7
so,
years. I've had the place 8 because I had it a year before we opened to the public, because we did a lot of work, and then it was just me and my friends training. And then finally I was like, we need to open this to the public. We ain't making no money this way. So, yeah, we're having our anniversary. It's going to be an open mat, and that is August 20th. It's that Saturday. I think that's the 20th. Come check us out. Come have fun. It's open mat. So on the open mat, anybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. There's no money, nothing like that. I don't care whose organization you're from, whatever. I don't do BJJ politics. I don't give a shit if you don't like such and such. I don't care if you don't like that team. I don't care if the other team opened up across town. I don't care. I don't give a shit about your politics. I don't care where you train. I don't care who your dad is or your grandma or like, I don't care about any of those things. I don't play those games. If you want to train, you want to come hang out with us, and you want to get on the mat with us, you're family to us. You come train with us. You get on the mat and have some fun. As long as you're not in here trying to, like, be a douchebag and hurt people, like, for real, or, like, as long as you got some manners and you're just trying to train, we're down. Come on. We'd love to have you. Love to have you show up and share your jiu-jitsu with us, whether that's through rolling and doing whatever, or pulling somebody to the side and teaching them. That's what I love about jiu-jitsu, and everybody's welcome. I don't have anyone, I'm going to say that again, that is not welcome. I don't do BJJ politics. Even if it was, I can't even think of anyone that I would have a problem with, but if I did have a problem with somebody, they're still welcome to come train, because that's how it is here. And we just don't do that. I want to see everybody getting better. I want this to be for the community, and I want everybody in our community growing and just getting better. Yeah. So, yeah, dude, that's how I feel. I don't give a shit about all that other stuff.
Yeah, man.
So come train with us. Y'all come train with us. Come have some fun.
Sounds good. We're going to pull out here. Like us, follow us for the stuff that's coming up. And let us know if you want to see something special. Like if we haven't covered it, or we missed it, or if you got an idea, we open. We'll check it out and do what we can do.
You want to see Nate's double heel hook? We got you.
We'll do it.
Peace. Right. You guys have a blessed day.
Yes, y'all have a good one.